So what were my favorite R&B albums of 2019? Y'all wanna know? Let's go.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B Kid. I'm back again with another video for y'all. So this is gonna be the last video of my series where I'm breaking down my what I think were the best albums of 2019, and we're gonna end it off with my top 20 R&B albums of the year. So yeah, man, let's get into it. I can't say enough about how much I feel like this was such a landmark year for R&B. I'm so proud of what everybody did this year. You know, honestly, on the charts we were flopping. Like commercial, we didn't have a great year, but R&B was in its bag with the output. Like in terms of the music that came out this year, this was such a good year for R&B. R&B albums, good R&B albums were flying left and right this year, and I'm just so proud of what all the R&B artists came to do this year. There was so many good R&B albums that dropped. This, I think, besides 2013, this is probably my other favorite year for R&B this decade. 2013, 2019 were two of my landmark years for R&B this decade. This year was just an amazing year for R&B, and I'm just so happy to see all. When I was looking back through all the things that happened this year and trying to come up with this list, I was like, damn, so many fire projects really did drop this year. Like, I didn't really realize in the moment, but looking back, I'm like, yo, there was so many good projects that dropped this year. So let's get into it. And as a disclaimer, if there's any albums here that are not in my top 20 or my honorable mentions at the end, it's because I didn't listen to it or because I didn't feel like it should have been in this group. So don't get offended, but you know, comment down below if there's something you think I missed out on. So yeah, let's get into my top 20, and then I'll talk about my honorable mentions at the end. But yeah, man, y'all ready? Let's get into it. My top 20 R&B albums 2019. Y'all ready? Let's go. Alright, y'all, number 20 we have Free Spirit by Khalid. Khalid definitely came through with a nice little sophomore album. Definitely not as good as his first one, but it was so solid. This album is just a really good album talking about where Khalid is at in his life right now, kind of after having been in the industry for a little bit, but wanting to still remain the youthful free spirit that he is, and kind of just struggling with that. And just the things he's learned as he's grown into being an artist and all that stuff. Some of my highlights include definitely Bad Luck, My Bad, Better, Talk, Right Back, Paradise, Out of My Head with John Mayer. That should be a single. Self, and Saturday Nights. All great tracks, but all in all, this is a really solid album by Khalid. Shout out to him. At number 19, we got Gallant with Sweet Insomnia, one of the quiet projects that came out this year that was really solid. Y'all know Gallant is always good for like a nice little chill, late night sexy vibe, and he brought that and more on this whole album. And this album really was about, you know, Sweet Insomnia. So some of my highlights included Sharpest Edges, Crimes, let's see, Paper Tulips, Sweet Insomnia with Black, Compromise with Sabrina Claudio, and Sleep on It. All great tracks, man, that really meshes the themes of love with also nocturnal vibes and sleeping and like the cycle of love as well. So really cool, interesting concept album. Gallant added another great album to his catalog. So at number 19, we got Sweet Insomnia. At number 18, we have Tinashe with Songs for You. I'm so proud of Tinashe for not giving up on her career and really coming back hard with this album. It hasn't done so on the charts, but I'm happy that she's taking hold of her career and she's really trying to come back in a strong way. You know, critically, to me, this album was great. Had a lot of great songs on it. Life's Too Short, Hopscotch, which I put in my BSM 12 along with Story of Us. I love those two tracks. Same Room for Us is a cool track. Die a Little Bit was really cool experimental dance track that I think she did a great job on. Perfect Crime is dope. Link Up is a banger. Touch and Go with Black is a vibe, and also So Much Better with Jeezy was a really cool song as well. So Tinashe did a great job on this album. It's a really nice return to form for her. All these songs feel really good to her, and I like the way she wrote and executed these songs, and they're all just really enjoyable songs, man. So at 18, we got Tinashe with Songs for You. At number 17, we have Nicole Bus with Kairos, a really solid project that also quietly came through this year, but it was a really solid project. Y'all might remember Nicole Bus from her song You, which I put in my Bright Side Mix Volume 8, I think it was. No, Volume 9. But yeah, I love that track. That was one of the highlights of this album, as well as Mr. Big Shot, just a track talking about people who think they, just because they got money, that they're lit, even though they're really not. Friend Indeed is a really cool track. Unchanging, really nice track. You, obviously, like I said, love it. With You, SOS. All around, Nicole Bus really came through with a really strong debut album that just showed so much potential for a really great career. She's from the Netherlands, I think she's from the Netherlands or Holland. but she has a great voice that is like raspy and classic, and she really came up with a great set of songs for this debut album. So I definitely wanted to mention Nicole Bus on this list, and I have her at number 17 with Kairos. At number 16, we have Raphael Saadiq with Jimmy Lee, an album that it was a beautiful portrayal of Raphael Saadiq talking about his brother that went through a lot of drug addiction and how that affected him and his whole family. This was an album that I feel like really was dedicated to anybody that can relate to that struggle of having someone in your life that was addicted to drugs, and how that really brought a lot of trauma into your life and a lot of people you know's life. Some highlights we included definitely So Ready, The World Is Drunk, which is a real ass track because the world is drunk and people are mad. Something Keeps Calling, I'm Feeling Love, My Walk, and the pair of tracks talking about Rikers Island. So this album was really filled with a lot of pain, a lot of strife and struggle and familial trauma, but it was relatable as hell, and a lot of people can really learn from it, and it's really also inspirational at the same time. So a beautiful album, really kind of came and went, but it's a great album by Raphael Saadiq. So at number 16, I got Raphael with Jimmy Lee. At number 15, we had the Free Nationals with their debut album, which is subtitled called Free Nationals. And if you don't know them, they are Anderson .Paak's band. They're a really dope group. This is their official debut album. I don't know, man, this whole album is just a vibe. Like, the definition of a vibe is this album. They brought so many, they're really a band, they're not really vocalists themselves for the most part, so they really did bring a lot of other artists to help really fill this album out, but they all brought on really great artists like Daniel Caesar, Sid, Kali Uchis, T.I., Chronix, a lot of other great artists that really helped just create a vibe on this project. Really dope, like jazzy, soulful R&B vibe that just feels so good. It's such a breezy, relaxing, just chill album that just feels hella good, and it really feels like a throwback album, but it's still modern at the same time. So this is a really great project by Free Nationals, definitely my highlights of the year, so I had to highlight y'all. At number 14, we have India.Arie with her album Worthy. Really solid album. This is a really nice inspirational album with India.Arie really just making you feel like you're worthy, and she really gave us a lot of inspirational, beautiful records just talking about what humanity's going through, but how we're all worthy of love and of decency. Some highlights include for me What If, Steady Love, a great song that I freaking love. I'm glad I got nominated for a Grammy. That Magic, Follow the Sun, Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda, and Worthy. All just really good tracks that just make you feel good, really give you inspiration. If you're ever feeling down, this is a good album just put on and really put you in a good headspace and really make you feel confident in your humanity and what you deserve out of life. So this is a really solid project. India.Arie is back in her bag with her usual good vibes, good acoustic sounds, and good modern sounds as well. So shout out to India.Arie. At number 13, we have Emeli Sande with Real Life, another really dope inspirational album that's just talking about the struggles of life, overcoming things, being worthy of humanity and being worthy of love and decency. Another really inspirational album that just makes you feel good. Emeli Sande's vocals and her lyrics off this album were just so powerful. The vibe on this was amazing. It just makes you feel good. Some of my highlights included definitely Love to Help, You Are Not Alone, let's see, Extraordinary Being. I love that track. Extraordinary Being is a really dope track that production is insane, makes you feel good as hell. Real Life, Free as a Bird. Like, this album is just really a really feel good album. It has some like pop leaning songs, but all in all this really can be considered R&B, so I definitely have to put on this list. But Emeli Sande came out with a great project this year that I think a lot of people slept on, but it's a great project, so definitely go check it out. Alright y'all, 12 we have BJ the Chicago Kid with 1123. This is his third album, but his second major label album. Really solid addition to his catalog. I love BJ the Chicago Kid. Y'all know I love him. He's a great artist with a great voice, and he just makes good music. This album was a really like nice homegrown earthy R&B album that had some new elements that BJ added into his artistry, like more modern songs, more like trappish hip-hop songs, but it all worked and it all came together very well. Some highlights included Feel the Vibe with Anderson .Paak. That was a nice little chill out Smokers anthem joint. Let's see, Time Today. For this video, I'm actually going to highlight the deluxe edition of this album. The Time Today with R. Lennox was dope. Close, Rather Be With You, Plays Ball with Rick Ross, Worrying About Me with Offset, and Roses were all highlights from off this album. So BJ definitely did a good job with this album, a great addition to his catalog. Definitely a solid album. I'm definitely glad he got nominated for Best R&B album at the Grammys, so shout out to him. But yeah, man, dope album. So at 12, I got BJ Chicago Kid with 1123. At number 11, I got Solange with When I Get Home. I know y'all might not be happy with this. A lot of people be like, what the hell? But honestly, When I Get Home was actually a really great project, and I think it was. A lot of people were really jarred by it when it first came out. A lot of people didn't really understand it or get it, but it is such a dope vibe. It's a great album that just feels good. and it really is one of those albums that you need to like let sink into you. Some highlights for me included Things I Imagined, even though as repetitive that song is, it's a vibe. Down with the Click, Way to the Show, Stay Flow, Dreams is such a cool vibe. Dreams. Almeida, that's a freaking modern black anthem. Black things, these are black owned things. Let's see, Benz was a cool joint as well, and Sound of Rain and I'm a Witness. But all in all, this album was just a whole vibe. This album sounded like no other album that came out this year, so I definitely had to highlight it, and I have to give my props to Solange for that. This album was just very singular. She had a vision and she held on to it, and I think she executed it well. A lot of people didn't get it, but this album is a complete vibe, and I think it's a really dope piece of art. So I definitely had to highlight Solange When I Get Home. Definitely one of the most interesting projects of this year, and definitely a highlight for me in R&B. So shout out to Solange. I have to give you love with When I Get Home. Great project. Alright, y'all, now at number 10 we have H.E.R with Chasing Summer, one of the dope artists off of the TDE label. The other R&B artists besides SZA. H.E.R is a really great artist I just freaking love. A lot of people are sleeping on him, but y'all need to stop sleeping on H.E.R. He's amazing. He came out with this album Chasing Summer at the end of summer this year. It was a dope project. Some of my highlights are definitely Hair Down with Kendrick Lamar, John Redcorn, You Can't Save Me. Let's see, That's Why I Love You with Sabrina Claudio, which I just put in my Bright Side Mix Volume 12. Go check that out. That's one of my favorite songs that came out this year. That song, That's Why I Love You, amazing record. Like one of my favorite songs that came out this year, hands down. And Still Blue with Jill Scott, which is a whole vibe. This album is just a really cool, nice, summery, breezy, romantic album, just talking about chasing love in the summer, and what, you know, what that is when you're trying to just have a good summer, but you're falling in love and falling in and out of love and all that type of stuff. And yeah, so this is a really dope album that had a really cool concept and just really good songs in it. So at number 10 we got H.E.R with Chasing Summer. At number 9 we have Xavier, Omär, and Sango with Moments Spent Loving You, which to me, I feel like out of almost any album on my list, this is probably the album that feels like a 90s album that was brought into the new generation. Like, this sounds like a 90s album in terms of the way it was executed, the way it was sung, the way it was written, but in like a modern way. It was a really beautiful album. Xavier Omar's vocals are dope. Sango's lush, you know, late night, smooth, breezy, earthy R&B production was amazing. This album is just a whole vibe from start to finish. Great project that really is a romantic album talking about love, and just trying to take advantage of love and to hold on to love. And you know, it's just a really beautiful album. I don't know what to say about it. I can't mention highlights because this whole album is just amazing, but definitely to me one of the albums that came and went quietly this year, but it was such a standout for me musically. Such a great project with great sounds and great lyrics and great vocals. So at number 9 we got Xavier, Omär, and Sango with Moments Spent Loving You. So speaking of albums that feel like they were made in the 90s but brought into a new generation, at number 8 we have Summer Walker with Over It. Definitely one of the R&B moments of the year. I'm so glad Summer Walker came through and really brought a lot of relevancy back into R&B with her album Over It. I'm so happy for her with what she achieved with this album. This album feels so classic with a lot of just with such a solidified sound, with her and London on the track really working together to create this project. London on the track killed the production throughout this whole album. It's such a vibe. All the beats knock. This album flows very well. It doesn't feel too long. Everything just fit right. Some of my highlights definitely included Playing Games, Come Through with Usher, Potential is a really dope track, Fun Girl is a dope acoustic track. I wish you saw more of that acoustic side on this album, but it was still solid. Tonight, Like It with Black, Off of You, and Nobody Else, all great tracks. So yeah, man, Summer Walker came through with definitely one of the defining R&B albums of this year, with this album with so many potential hit singles on it, and it just never gets old. The replay value in this album is just crazy. It's insane. You can replay all of these songs over and over again, you won't get tired. And all in all, it's just a really solid listen. So at number 8 we have Summer Walker with Over It. And can we talk about the fact that Summer Walker really has been over it with these live performances of hers and her tour? She's actually been over it. Alright, y'all, number 7 we have Anderson .Paak's Ventura. This is probably his most like R&B-ish album to date out of all the albums he's done, but it was an amazing project, really short and sweet to the point, 11 tracks, but all these tracks are amazing. There's no filler. Every track is dope. Everything's fire. The production's fire. The concepts are fire. All the feature artists really brought the songs to new levels. Anderson .Paak was really in his bag with this album, a really solid project that I'm so glad he put out this year. It was one of my favorite albums of the year. Go check out my review on it, my reaction video on it if you haven't already. Some highlights definitely included Come Home, Make It Better with Smokey Robinson, Reaching Too Much with Layla Hathaway, Winner Circle, Yada Yada, King James. Like, this whole album is fire. Chosen One with Sonya at least is dope. Jet Black with Brandy. Twilight produced by Pharrell. It's just an amazing album. That didn't really have like a concept to it, but it was like the part 2, like the cousin to Oxnard. But this was definitely the better album. But such a solid project from Innocent Paak. Shout out to him. He killed this album. Great album. At number 6 we have Snoh Aalegra with Those Feels Again. Y'all gonna stop sleeping on Snoh Aalegra, one of the most beautiful and one of the most talented R&B artists we have out here right now. Her music is just amazing. Her voice is insane. She really brings you into her own world with all of her projects. This album is filled with so many classic R&B songs that were just written so well and sung beautifully. From I Want You Around to Situationship. Whoa is one of my favorite songs that came out this year. I love Whoa. Shout out to Demile. Find Someone Like You. You is such a beautiful ballad talking about just being in love with you and just wanting that person that's, you know, that you can't escape out of your mind. Nothing to Me, I love that track. That's a nice little banger. But all in all, this album was so solid. Such a well put together album that just feels so classic, and it was executed well. It's sequenced well, sung well, beautiful album cover. I just love Snoh. Snoh's the queen, and I'm just looking forward to her musical evolution in the future, because she is only getting better with time. And this is such a solid project that I don't want y'all to sleep on. This album is amazing stuff, so definitely go check it out if you haven't already. At number 6 we got Snoh Aalegra with Those Feels Again. I never thought she was actually gonna be this high on my list, but actually after going through everything, it made sense. At number 5 I have Mahalia with Love and Compromise, which was quietly one of the most solid R&B albums that came out this year. Mahalia is such a dope talent that a lot of y'all sleeping on, but she's amazing. And this album was a really dope R&B album that was it was put together very well. I was just talking about compromise and life, compromise and relationships, and how you deal with that while trying to remain yourself, and also trying to get the most out of love and to get the most out of life at the same time. So really dope concept, really solid album. Some of my highlights included A Hideout, which is had a nice little Eartha Kitt interlude. I Wish I Missed My Ex, which is a really dope song that came out a few years ago. Simmer with Burn Up Boy, you already know I love that track. I put it in my Bright Summers Volume 11. I love Simmer. It was such a great song. That song's a banger. Good Company with Terrence Martin. That track is a really interesting beat. Regular People, I love what that song's talking about. Just shout out the regular people in life, you know, not the bullshit people, just the regular people in life. Let's see, Do Not Disturb, Richie, and Square One are some of my highlights off this album. This album was just really solid. Mahalia has a really great knack for writing good songs, finding good production, just making good ass songs. This album is just solid, no filler. Everything feels really good, and it feels just really earthy, and it's just good. So yeah, man. At number 5 we got Mahalia with Love and Compromise. At number 4 we have Lion Babe with Cosmic Wind. Man, the extraterrestrial, intergalactic, amazing superpowers of Jillian Hervey and Lucas Goodman came together again for another amazing project. This is their sophomore album. I already know, if you watch my video reviewing this album, that I freaking love Lion Babe. They're just amazing. Such an underrated group in R&B. This album is like a showcase of like future neo soul, future funk, and jazz all put together in the same album, also having like a lot of like modern R&B elements as well. This is a really dope album that just has so many different vibes on it, so many different sounds and feelings and sounds, but it all comes together in one package really well. Just a beautiful album with so many amazing beats, a lot of amazing production. Jillian Hervey's voice is amazing. She's Vanessa Williams' daughter, if you don't know who she is. Some of my highlights off this album included Cosmic Wind, Never Before, probably my favorite track off this album. Such a good track. It's such a breezy, chill ass track. When I Told You I Loved You, Hit the Ceiling, which is a track that came out a few years ago. That track is amazing. The Wave with Lakeli 47, amazing track. No Rules, that beat is crazy. I love the message of that song. Honeydew is a cool track as well. Sexy Please, which I put in my Bright Summers Volume 9 along with Never Before. I love Sexy Please. Yeah, any way you want to. Like, this whole album is just really solid. So at number 4 I have this amazing project from Lion Babe, Cosmic Wind. At number 3 we have Ari Lennox with Shea Butter Baby. I can't say enough about this album. If y'all know me, if y'all watch my channel, y'all know I love Ari Lennox. I've been rocking to her all year. I go hard for this album because to me it's one of the best albums that came out this year. Ari Lennox just came through with a strong statement of an album with her debut album Shea Butter Baby, just showing the potential she has to be an R&B legend. Her voice is amazing. Her music is so classic and so retro, but still so futuristic at the same time. Man, BMO is amazing. Broke with J.I.D. is a dope track. Up Late, such a good track. Shea Butter Baby with J. Cole, you already know that one. New Apartment, that song is the first time I'm gonna play when I do get a new apartment and I get out of my mom's house. When I do get a new apartment, that's gonna be the first song I play in my apartment, I swear to God. FaceTime is a whole banger. That song is so dope. The beat on that shit is crazy. I think J. Cole produced that song. The beat's insane, and I love her vocals on the track. Also, I talk about vocals. I love I've Been. Great vocal showcase on that track. Whipped Cream also is another great track as well. Man, this whole album is just so solid, with a lot of dope interludes with Lennox on her IG live, just talking about, you know, things she's noticed in life or things that bother her, you know, just things she want to talk about, express. You know, Dreamville did a great job of like interlacing those interludes throughout the album. This album just feels like a really great, like, it feels like a 90s to early 2000s album that just like had like no filler, like all good tracks, but just a good R&B artist that's just doing their thing, talking about their life at that current moment. Like, so R. Lennox, to me, put out one of the most solid R&B albums of the year, an album that has such good replay value. You never get tired of it. It just gets better with more time and with more listens, and it just feels so good. So it was an achievement. I love this album. R. Lennox, shout out to you for Shea Butter Baby. Mwah. At number 2, we have H.E.R. with I Used to Know Her, and this is a little bit of a cheat code because this is not really an official album. It's really just a collection of all of her previous EPs that came out in the past few years. But her and her team really did do a good job of putting all these songs together in a different order to really actually create a solid actual R&B project. And it really is a great album when it comes together. It was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys too, which is insane. Shout out to her for that. But yeah, man, this album as a whole is definitely one of the best R&B projects of the year. H.E.R. is such an amazing artist that just creates such good songs. Her pen is crazy. Her voice is crazy. She links up with good producers that just give her a good sound. She has a really cool sound to her, and I love this album as a whole. Such a good album. I'm not even gonna pick out highlights because almost every track on this album is fire. H.E.R. did her thing with this album, so I had to have it at my number 2 spot. I'm just so proud of her. I can't say enough about this album. It's just fire. If you don't know who H.E.R. is, shame on you, low key. Like, you should know who H.E.R. is by now. But this album is just amazing from head to toe. Just amazing. I can't say enough about it. Go check it out. And at my number 1 spot, y'all, we have Lucky Daye with Painted. I am so proud of my guy, Lucky Daye. He came through with what I didn't really realize it when it first dropped, but I'm realizing now. I think it, to me, is the seminal R&B album of the year. My favorite R&B album of the year. I don't revisit it a lot besides the highlights that I go back to, but man, when I went back through this whole album, I was like, whoa, like this album is so solid, bro. Let's talk about highlights. Roll Some Mo, Late Night, Extra, You Ain't Gotta Do Extra. I love Extra. Karma. Real Games, Misunderstood. Oh my god, Misunderstood. What? And Love You Too Much. Man, Demal, shout out to Demal again. Demal pretty much produced this whole album. A little bit of help from DJ Camper, but man, what Demal and Lucky Daye have going on is amazing. Demal is the main producer for H.E.R. and also Lucky Daye as well. Man, what they achieved on this album is amazing. This album is a classic album in my opinion already. It's a classic album. Such good homegrown, earthy, classic, traditional R&B vibes, but retro vibes, but brought into a new generation, and it still feels current. What Lucky Daye does on this album is amazing. Really interestingly written songs that are relatable, romantic, real, and just classic. Like, these songs can be sung forever and they just feel good. And this album just flows so well, and Lucky Daye's vocals are amazing. He's a great singer. He's just a great artist. I love how he stays himself. He's quiet and he's chill, but he quietly puts out some of the best music in the industry right now, at least in the, you know, for R&B. So I can't say enough about this album. I don't even know what else to say about it other than the fact that I think it's quietly, it became to me one of the best albums of the year, and to me the crowning achievement of this year. So many good R&B albums dropped this year, but this one stands out stands out from the pack for me, just from how it seems like they just took so much time to make these songs. Like, they put so much time and effort into the little details, with like the littlest vocal arrangements, or like the most interesting lyrics, like the littlest things that just really made this album a masterpiece to me. The production is beautiful. and everything on this album just feels so resonant. So this album to me was definitely my best R&B album of the year. Go fight your mother or your father if you disagree with me. I'm just playing. But yeah, man, if you haven't checked this album, you're doing yourself a disservice. You will not be disappointed. Lucky Daye is such a consistent artist who I'm waiting to see what else he does in the past and in the future, what else he gives us, because man, the potential there is just so crazy, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what he does, man. This is his debut album, like, man. So at number 1, I got Painted by Lucky Daye. Alright, y'all, so those are my top 20 R&B albums of 2019. Now let me get into some honorable mentions for y'all. But before I get into my actual honorable mentions, I just wanted to mention some albums that to me were some of my favorite and best albums of the year, but I couldn't necessarily call them R&B albums, but they were still good nonetheless. So let's start off with Beyonce's projects. We're gonna do Homecoming, the live album, and The Lion King, The Gift. Between these two projects, Beyonce was in her bag this year with the projects that she put out. Both of these are two of my favorite projects that came out. Homecoming, the live album, was just a great audio revisiting of the Coachella performance, and The Lion King, The Gift was one of my favorite albums that came out this year. That album was just a great combination of Afro beats, pop, R&B, and hip-hop all in one album, with Beyonce just celebrating Africa and The Lion King the movie with all these amazing songs. So those are two of my favorite projects, but they weren't really R&B albums, original R&B albums, so I couldn't put them on my list, but they were two of my favorite albums regardless. Kitchenada's Bubba. This album veers more into like electronic territory, so I couldn't really call it an R&B album, but he has a lot of great R&B artists helping him out with this album. This is a really good, I think this is Kitchenada's second album where he's really having a bunch of dope artists come on and just do the thing over his beats. This is a great project that came out this month. One of my favorite projects of December. This album is so solid, from songs like Go DJ with H.E.R, to The Worst of Me with Tinashe, to Culture with Teacher Moses, to the track with Van Jess on it, to the track with Duran Bernard. Like, so many good tracks on that album, so definitely have to shout out Kitchenada in this video. And Robert Glasper's Fuck Your Feelings. Robert Glasper came through with, this is also more like a jazz album, so I couldn't put in my R&B albums, but man, Robert Glasper came through with an impactful, important, and resonant album that just talks about so many dope things. It has a funny concept to it where he really just has a bunch of songs dedicated to like not giving a fuck about people's feelings and all that stuff, but he really did it in a really cool way. And a lot of those songs on the album are just really well done and really executed well, and just were really important and impactful with their messages. So Robert Glasper's album was amazing. He's continued to do his thing. Shout out to Robert Glasper. And lastly, Doja Cat's Hot Pink. This is another album that veers into a lot of hip-hop territory, so I don't want to just call it an R&B album, but Doja Cat is an amazing artist that I'm looking forward to seeing what she continues to do. Hot Pink was a really dope album that had a lot of good songs in it, from like Say So, Juicy, Rules, yeah, a lot of Like That with Gucci Mane. So many good songs on the album. Doja Cat is a really dope talent. She's like a half singer, half rapper, so I couldn't put on my list as an R&B album, but I definitely want to mention her because her album has a lot of R&B vibes on it, and it's just a dope project. So she's a great artist. I definitely want to mention her. But now let's get to my official honorable mentions. First up, Tuxedo's Tuxedo 3. Great project. This is Tuxedo's third project, as you can tell by the title. Great album that has a lot of jazzy, retro, funk, throwback vibes on it, with Mayer Hawthorne and I forgot the producer's name. I think the producer's Jake One, doing their thing on this album, with just a great set of songs that just feel good, feel retro, feel throwback, that get you moving, make you feel good. Daniel Caesar's Case Study 01, another album that I thought was pretty solid this year. I think a lot of people were turned off by it because of all the bullshit that was surrounding Daniel Caesar when it came out with him. Like, you know, y'all know all the drama with Daniel Caesar. So even though that did happen, this album was actually pretty solid. It had Love Again on it with Brandy, which is a song I love. It had a track with John Mayer that was dope, a track with Pharrell that was dope. Side Night was dope as well. Yeah, so a lot of good songs on this project. Complexities is a track I love off that album as well. Complexities is dope. This album definitely wasn't one of the best of the year, but a solid R&B album, so I definitely wanted to mention it. Donald Richards' New Breed. Another album that came out at the top of the year that was really solid. This is a really short album, but really solid album by Dawn Richard. Man, I love everything Dawn puts out ever since she left. Ever since she became an independent artist, all of her projects have been solid, and this is just another addition to that. A New Breed was a great album that really harkened back to her New Orleans roots and really had that New Orleans bounce sound and her her life story incorporated throughout many of those songs, and just a lot of songs about love and all that stuff. So really good album. Vito, I don't know if this is his debut album, or I don't know, but this is a really solid album that had a lot of nice current R&B jams and bangers on it. So I definitely want to highlight Vito for this cool project that had a lot of good songs in it. I think one of my favorite songs off of Vito's album is U-Turn. So I like that album. Really solid album from head to toe. No skips, like all really good tracks. PJ Morton's Paul was another album that I definitely wasn't one of my best of the year, but I enjoyed it, so definitely want to mention it for y'all. I don't think it deserved its R&B album nomination at the Grammys. Let me not say it didn't deserve it, but I just feel like other albums should have took that spot. But it still was a solid album, so shout out to PJ Morton. He always comes out with a good project. Paul has a lot of great songs on it that's just talking about, you know, especially at this time right now, like all the stuff we're going through society, and it's talking about love and all types of stuff. So it's a really good project. And lastly, Emeli King's Scenery. An album that came and went really quietly in February, but Emeli King is a really consistent, really dope artist that I just want to highlight for y'all. Her album is solid. She has a really like chill, like more throwback type of like relaxed R&B sound, but she really does it well, and I like her aesthetic and her sound. It's very singular, but she always comes out with really great projects, and this was not out of the exception. So yeah, I just wanted to mention Emeli King for y'all. Really great project with Scenery. So yeah, man, those are all my honorable mentions for R&B albums from 2019. They didn't make my top 20, but they were really good as well, so I just want to mention them for y'all. So yeah, man, that's it. All right, y'all, before I end off the video, I just wanted to run through a quick list of like mixtapes and EPs that also dropped this year in R&B that were really dope, but obviously because they weren't albums, I didn't put them in my top 20 albums of the year. But these are projects that were really dope that I just want to highlight for y'all real quick. So Kehlani's While We Wait, it was actually a mixtape, it wasn't really an album, so I didn't put it in my album list, but that Kehlani's While We Wait was a great project that has so many good songs in it, so I definitely had to highlight it. Etta Bond's He's Mine, He's Not Mine, 2 quick EPs that came out that are really dope as well. Aaron Allen Kane, A Tree Planted by Water, was really powerful, really well done EP by Aaron Allen Kane, who's a really dope artist with a great voice and a great vision. Next Town Down's Juliet, a really solid EP by this boy band who I really hope blows up because they have a really great sound. They're an R&B boy band that I think out of all the R&B boy bands I've been like hearing trying to break the market in the past few years, I really feel like I have my eye on Next Town Down as being one that can actually do something soon. Like they have a really good foundation with really good songs. They have a good look, a good vibe about them. So I like, and their EP was fire. So I definitely want to mention Juliet. The EP was fire. Javai Awards 17 EP. I love Javai. I think she's one of the contestants on that show, The Four. Her EP 17 was dope. I think it's her debut EP. Amazing project with a lot of good songs on it. I love the track 17, which I put in my Bright Summers Volume 10. Just Connolly's ATM. This is a little EP that came out, I think, in the past few months. A really solid EP that has so many good songs in it. So shout out to Just Connolly's ATM. Aaron Ray's Phases 2. That EP just came out this month in December. I love Aaron Ray's Phases 2. A great little bridge between his debut album and his next album. Phases 2 has so many good songs in it, like the track with him and Kehlani, Change, A Seat. So many good songs in that EP. Brass Tracks, Before We Go, live from Capitol Studios, a great EP from Brass Tracks. I love their sound, I love their songs, so this was a really good, like a live recording EP that was just really good. Rihanna J's Love Me Like, a nice little EP as well that I want to highlight for y'all. A lot of good songs on that one. I love Rihanna J, so this was a great EP. Marco McInnes's Immerse, another R&B dude that I want y'all to stop sleeping on. Marco McInnes's voice is amazing. He has a really nice smoky, velvety, husky, voice that just sounds so good on R&B records, so stop sleeping on him. He's amazing. Olivia Nelson's Back to You was a nice EP as well that was really dope this year. I love her music. Her music is really dope. I love that song Cherry Chapstick. And she had a lot of other good songs on the EP as well. And lastly, Emotional Oranges with The Juice Volume 1 and Volume 2. Between both of those EPs, they were two of my favorite like EP projects this year. Emotional Oranges is amazing. I love their sound. They're a great band, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do in the future. Shout out to Emotional Oranges. So yeah, man, those are just EPs and mixtapes that I want to mention to y'all that dropped that I definitely have to give some love to, even though they weren't actual albums. So yeah, man, that's it. All right, y'all, so that was my list of my top 20 R&B albums of 2019, as well as me giving some love to some honorable mentions, and also some other mixtapes and EPs that dropped this year in R&B that are also amazing as well. I hope you enjoyed my list. Let me know what you thought about it down below. Let me know if you would have taken anybody out or put anybody on to my top 20 who I didn't have in my top 20. Let me know what you think about my list. Let me know who you've been rocking to all year. Let me know what were your some of your favorite R&B albums of the year, or your favorite R&B album of the year. Let me know down below. Give me your favorite, or like maybe your top 3, your top 5. I want to know who y'all been rocking to all year, who y'all thought dropped the most fire this year. Let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. I was trying to get this to y'all before the New Year hits, but I don't think I'll be able to do it because I have a lot of things I have to do. So this might be coming right after the New Year, but you know, regardless, still Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas holiday season, and all blessings to you guys in the new year. I hope 2020 will be a great year. I hope it'll be a great year for R&B. I hope it'll be a continuation of what happened in 2019, but hopefully us getting back on the charts as well, but we'll see. So yeah, man, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your boy. Help me out. Appreciate y'all. Like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song and make it feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. But this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have fun.